Get down like James Brown with your Future Shock t-shirt.
Hey there, and welcome back. The 1970s were a wild time for fashion, and t-shirts were right at the heart of it. Some were cool, some were funny, and plenty were tasteless, tacky, or just plain offensive by today's standards. And stick around till the end. We've got a bonus section featuring some of the wildest, most outrageous t-shirts of the decade. Number 1. Keep on Truckin'. You couldn't go anywhere in the 70s without spotting a Keep on Truckin' tee. Originally drawn by Robert Crumb and featuring his iconic character Mr. Natural, the cartoon wasn't about trucks, but it got swept up in the trucking craze all the same. With CB radios, convoy movies, and shows like BJ and The Bear taking over pop culture, that strutting figure became a symbol of freedom and laid-back cool. The shirts were worn into the ground, faded, cracked, and still going strong. These days, an original Keep on Truckin' tee in good shape can sell for over $100, proof that some designs never go out of style. Number 2. Magazine tees. In the 1970s, magazine merch turned into full-blown fashion. Whether it was music, satire, motorcycles, or politics, if a magazine had a loyal following, chances are it had a t-shirt. Billboard, Screw, Cream, and dozens more were proudly worn across American chests. Cream's tees had underground edge, with even Gilda Radner spotted rocking one. Hustler's shirts went for shock value, throwing jabs at Playboy and pushing the line. Supercycle pumped out rough and ready slogans built for the biker crowd, while Ms. Magazine shirts offered a wink of social commentary, especially when worn by men. Heavy metal tees felt as off-limits and mysterious as the comic itself, and the American Motorcyclist Association brought out ultra 70s flair with their I'm Amazing designs, perfectly blending style and attitude. Number 3. I'm a Pepper. Ah, Dr. Pepper. If you grew up in the 70s, just seeing I'm a Pepper probably brings that jingle right back to your head. You didn't need to drink it to wear the shirt. It was about being part of the moment. The slogan, the music, the vibe, it all clicked. Wouldn't you like to be a Pepper too? For a lot of people, the answer was yes, without hesitation. Dr. Pepper wasn't the only soda brand making waves in t-shirt fashion. Coca-Cola also carved out a place in 70s style with its bold 1970 tees, simple, striking, and unmistakably of the era. These days, those original Coca-Cola shirts are hot vintage finds, with collectors shelling out serious cash to get their hands on one. Number 4. New York City.
Well, I used to wear the New York City shirt like that all the time. I saw some guys in Times Square sold it. It wasn't even in the stores, just guys selling them on the sidewalk. One night when I was on my way to visit John in the studio, I bought one and I gave it to John Lennon as a gift.
You didn't need to set foot in New York to rock the city's most iconic t-shirt. After John Lennon was photographed in it in 1974, snapped by Bob Gruen, who bought it for $5 off the street, it blew up overnight. That bold lettering became a symbol of streetwise cool and quiet rebellion, like slipping on a little of Lennon's edge every time you wore it. Number 5. Spirit of 76. In 1976, the bicentennial took over everything. Patriotism wasn't just in the air, it was on your cereal box, your soda can, and definitely your t-shirt. Red, white, and blue flooded daily life, and tees became walking tributes to 200 years of independence. Designs ranged from Spirit of 76 slogans and colonial drummers to bald eagles and fireworks bursting across your chest. Families showed up to cookouts and parades in matching sets like it was the national uniform. Brands jumped in fast food joints, soft drinks, even hardware companies rolled out star-spangled merch. Quick break. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the trip down memory lane. It helps keep these 70s gems coming your way, and hey, it's the easiest way to stick together through all the retro goodness. Appreciate it. And hey, if you're on Facebook, join me there too. It's a great place to share your stories, meet other nostalgia lovers, and keep the conversation going. See you there. Number 6. The Fonz.
I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games. Now,
I would let him go unless you want to make medical history.
Who didn't want to be Arthur Fonzarelli from Happy Days? While the leather jacket was his trademark, most of us settled for the next best thing, a t-shirt featuring the Fonz. Plenty of kids in the 70s tried to channel their inner Fonzie, slicking back their hair, perfecting the thumbs up, and working on that cool, laid-back swagger. Most parents weren't about to hand over a motorcycle, but a Fonzie t-shirt? That was doable. It gave fans a way to feel just a little cooler, even if their leather jacket dreams stayed in the closet. Number 7. Rolling Stones. Hot Lips. Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones defined rock and roll swagger, and nothing captured that better than the famous Hot Lips logo. Designed by John Pash, those lips appeared on millions of shirts, stickers, and albums. Rolling Stones t-shirts were a badge of honor in the 70s, especially if you got one at a concert. Fans wore them until the ink cracked and the fabric thinned, each wear bringing back the roar of the crowd and the blast of the amps. Those tees didn't just show your taste in music, they told the world you'd been there, felt the energy, and lived through rock history. Number 8. Smiley Face. Long before emojis took over, we had the classic yellow smiley face, thanks to Harvey Ball from Worcester, Massachusetts. This simple, cheerful graphic had one clear message: have a nice day. Smiley face t-shirts were everywhere during the 1970s, practically a uniform for junior high students across America. Parents appreciated them because they seemed friendly and harmless, while teachers liked their cheerful appearance. For teens, though, the smiley face often served as the perfect mask for youthful sarcasm or mischief. After all, who could suspect trouble from someone wearing such an innocent grin? Number 9. Pinball Wizard. The Who's Pinball Wizard made everyone want to become arcade champions. If you wore this shirt at the arcade, you had better back it up on the machines. Back in the day, anyone wearing a Pinball Wizard t-shirt at the arcade was expected to have serious skills. Some players lived up to the hype, pulling off high scores like it was nothing. Others? Well, they just liked the shirt and hoped it might bring a little luck. It usually didn't, but it still looked cool. Number 10. Disco Sucks. Back in the 70s, wearing a Disco Sucks shirt was a clear line in the sand. Rock fans treated disco like the enemy, and this tee, designed by Roach Studios, was their unofficial uniform. You'd see it at roller rinks, school dances, even house parties with a little too much Bee Gees on the playlist. Number 11. I'm with Stupid. Another classic from Roach Studios, the I'm with Stupid tee, was equal parts joke and jab. It didn't matter where you wore it, school hallways, the mall, family gatherings, it always got a reaction. Friends fought over who had to stand on the wrong side, siblings plotted revenge, and adults just rolled their eyes. Number 12. Roach Studios Iron-Ons. Roach Studios wasn't just cranking out ready-made tees, they handed the style reins over to you. Their iron-on transfers showed up in the back pages of comic books and magazines, tempting kids with everything from goofy slogans to pop culture icons. Iron-ons were huge in the 70s. You'd grab a pack of plain white t-shirts and cycle through designs as fast as they faded. Sure, the prints cracked and peeled after a few washes, but that was part of the charm. Number 13. Animal House. After Jaws and Star Wars turned movie merch into big business, Animal House took it to a new level. The film tapped into something raw and hilarious, and the t-shirts followed suit. The iconic college tee, worn by John Belushi's character, became a shorthand for every teen who wanted to push boundaries and crack jokes doing it. Bonus, wildly inappropriate tees of the 70s. Not every t-shirt from the 1970s aged gracefully. While some were clever or cool, others, well, let's just say they wouldn't make it past the clearance rack today without causing a stir. Take the Let's Ball shirt, part of a matching set that was marketed as now for the real sports buff. One featured a giant jockstrap, the other, that charming phrase. It was all meant to be cheeky and fun, but even back then, these pushed the limits. Then there was the Tic Tac shirt that read, "If you scratch my back, you can sniff my mint." Nothing subtle about that one. just pure playground innuendo, packaged as advertising. And who could forget the classic, "Put some fun between your legs," which, as it turns out, was meant to encourage bike riding. Technically wholesome, but definitely designed to turn heads and raise eyebrows. These shirts might have gotten a laugh in their time, but they're also a reminder of just how wild and unfiltered 70s fashion could be, where nothing was off limits if it could be silk-screened on cotton. What was your favorite 70s t-shirt? Drop a comment below, hit like, and make sure you subscribe for more nostalgic dives into the best decade ever. Until next time, keep on truckin'.